seniors, these 4 cooked veggies can work overnight to help repair and protect your eyes while you sleep. They're delicious, easy to prepare, and loaded with vision-boosting nutrients. Stay until the end. The last veggie is the most powerful of all. You might not believe this, but there are certain everyday cooked vegetables, yes, ordinary ones you probably already have in your kitchen, that can profoundly help protect and even repair your aging eyes while you sleep. It sounds too simple, almost magical, I know, but please stay with me on this. For over 3 decades, I've had the privilege of working closely with seniors. And if there's one silent struggle that truly breaks my heart to witness, it's the gradual yet devastating loss of clear vision. It's not just about needing stronger glasses. It's about the erosion of independence, the dimming of the vibrant world around you, and the fear that comes with it. Think about it, not being able to drive confidently after dusk, hesitantly navigating unfamiliar roads because street signs blur, or struggling to recognize the precious faces of your own grandchildren from across the room. Consider the simple joys that become daunting tasks. Reading a cherished book, scanning a restaurant menu, or even just reviewing your own familiar handwriting without straining until your eyes ache. You might find yourself feeling a quiet embarrassment, hesitating to ask for help with reading a label, or perhaps feeling a twinge of anxiety stepping outside because the world you once saw clearly is now fading, blurring, almost like a cherished memory slipping through your fingers. And here's the truly cruel part. This often happens so gradually that we barely notice it until it's already affecting our cherished freedoms, our sense of connection. Does any of that sound hauntingly familiar to you? Now let me make one thing absolutely clear. This isn't your fault. Your eyes, like every other part of your magnificent body, are naturally aging. However, this doesn't mean you are powerless to support them. In fact, today I want to introduce you to something remarkable that's likely been sitting quietly, patiently, right on your dinner plate. Something so common, yet so potent that when it's prepared just right, it can gently nourish and actively restore your eyes, even as you drift off to sleep. We're going to embark on a fascinating journey through 4 powerful vision-supporting vegetables, starting with the hero everyone thinks they know, and ending with one that is surprisingly overlooked, yet may possess the single strongest impact for your eyesight of them all. If you're just discovering us, I'm Dr. James Porter, and this channel is passionately dedicated to helping you reclaim and protect your health, one gentle, scientifically supported step at a time. If that resonates with you, I genuinely invite you to hit that subscribe button. We'd truly love to have you join our community. So, let's finally dive into the first vegetable, a longtime guardian of our vision, but one whose maximum benefit few people truly know how to unleash. Let's begin. You've certainly heard the timeless advice, carrots are good for your eyes. For years, perhaps you dismissed it as nothing more than a quaint old wives' tale. But allow me to tell you, it's not just true, it's robustly, scientifically solid, especially when it comes to supporting aging eyes that struggle to adjust to darkness or the blinding glare of headlights. At the heart of carrots' power lies beta-carotene, that vibrant pigment responsible for their distinctive orange hue. What truly matters, however, is not just the color, but what your body ingeniously does with this pigment. Once consumed, beta-carotene is meticulously converted by your liver into vitamin A, an absolutely critical nutrient that plays a direct, indispensable role in producing a unique protein called rhodopsin. Rhodopsin resides in the specialized rods of your retina, those remarkable cells deep within your eye that grant you the ability to perceive the world in low light. Without a sufficient supply of vitamin A, your eyes simply struggle to regenerate these essential light-sensitive cells. This is precisely when your night vision might start to feel blurry, when the sudden glare from oncoming headlights transforms from a nuisance into a truly blinding and terrifying obstacle, and when you increasingly find yourself hesitating to drive, particularly as dusk settles or night truly takes hold. Now prepare for the part that genuinely surprises most people. Even those who consider themselves highly health conscious. Eating raw carrots alone won't provide the optimal benefit you need. The key lies in understanding that beta-carotene is a fat-soluble nutrient, meaning your body absorbs it most efficiently and effectively when it's combined with a healthy dietary fat. Furthermore, absorption is dramatically enhanced when the carrot itself is gently cooked. You can envision it much like trying to unlock a tightly secured safe. The precious nutrients in raw carrots are, in a sense, trapped within tough, rigid plant fibers. The simple act of cooking, however, meticulously softens those fibers and systematically breaks down rigid cell walls, thereby releasing the vital beta-carotene, making it far more accessible. When you then thoughtfully pair those cooked carrots with a beneficial fat, such as a delicate drizzle of olive oil, a dollop of clarified ghee, or even a modest pat of wholesome butter, you're creating the perfect vehicle for robust absorption. Suddenly, you're not merely eating a vegetable, you are profoundly nourishing your retina. This becomes exceptionally important, even strategically crucial, when consumed in the evening. Why? Because your body, in its profound wisdom, undertakes the majority of its critical cellular repair and regeneration work at night, precisely when you are deeply at rest and your eyes are not constantly barraged by visual stimuli. This means if you mindfully choose to eat cooked carrots with a touch of healthy fat as part of your dinner, your body will optimally absorb, convert, and strategically deploy that vitamin A precisely when your eyes are primed and actively rebuilding. It's a quiet, profound form of support. No elaborate pills, no confusing side effects, just pure, wholesome food doing exactly what nature intended it to do. I often recall a wonderful gentleman named Harold, a proud 72-year-old retired mail carrier. He approached me one day, utterly frustrated, saying, "Doc, I can't make out house numbers at night anymore. I miss that feeling of knowing exactly where I'm going, the certainty." We introduced a simple yet powerful shift. I merely asked him to incorporate roasted carrots into his dinner 3 nights a week, lightly drizzled with olive oil and just a pinch of sea salt. Nothing complicated, nothing fancy. After barely 6 weeks, he returned with a radiant smile I will never forget. "I drove to my daughter's for dinner," he recounted, "and I didn't have to squint once. For the first time in years, the street signs were sharp, they were clear. It felt like someone had just thoroughly cleaned the windshield inside my head." That, my friends, is the quiet, life-altering power of true nourishment. Real food fostering real function, and in Harold's profoundly moving case, real freedom beautifully restored. Carrots may seem inherently ordinary, even humble, but when wielded with this simple knowledge, they transform into an invaluable tool, not just for basic nutrition, but for powerfully reclaiming confidence and regaining profound clarity in your vibrant daily life. And now, while carrots expertly help you navigate the dark, our next incredible vegetable descends to an even deeper level, diligently working to reduce the often unseen inflammation that silently, subtly damages your precious eyes from deep within. If carrots excel at sharpening your vision in low light, then broccoli, with its sturdy florets, steps in as a vital guardian, helping to protect the delicate, intricate structures of your eyes from something far more insidious and widespread: chronic inflammation. We typically associate inflammation with outward signs like joint aches, swelling, or obvious pain. However, within the remarkably delicate ecosystem of the eyes, inflammation operates insidiously, often without any immediate noticeable discomfort. Over time, this silent process steadily damages the myriad tiny blood vessels that nourish your ocular tissues, systematically weakens the crucial retinal cells, and imperceptibly yet relentlessly, it slowly but surely robs us of sharp, crystal-clear vision. Broccoli distinguishes itself as one of the truly exceptional vegetables that naturally delivers a powerful double punch, containing both potent antioxidants and crucial anti-inflammatory compounds. This makes it an indispensable, highly effective defender for our aging eyes. Its rich, dark green florets are a concentrated source of lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 specialized nutrients that your brilliant body precisely dispatches directly to the macula, that minuscule yet supremely important central part of your retina responsible for your capacity to read, to discern the unique features of a beloved face, and to perceive intricate detail. Imagine the macula as the ultra-sensitive camera lens of your eye, and much like any camera lens exposed to the elements, it can, over years of constant exposure to light, accumulated stress, and pervasive free radicals, begin to lose its pristine clarity, becoming cloudy and progressively damaged. This is precisely when serious conditions like macular degeneration, AMD, often begin to manifest, characterized by increasingly blurred central vision, unsettling wavy lines, distorting straight edges, or even disconcerting black spots appearing directly in the center of your sight. Here, then, is the genuinely hopeful news. The lutein and zeaxanthin generously provided by broccoli can be instrumental in significantly slowing down this very damage. In many cases, these powerful compounds actively support the remarkable self-repair mechanisms of weakened retinal tissue, but only, and this is crucial, if they are absorbed effectively into your system. Raw broccoli, while nutritious, possesses tough fibrous cell walls that literally trap these invaluable nutrients, making them difficult to access. However, when broccoli is lightly steamed, just until it becomes tender crisp, not mushy, those rigid fibers gently break down, and the lutein and zeaxanthin become profoundly bioavailable, ready for your body to effortlessly absorb and immediately put to work. Adding even a minuscule amount of healthy fat, perhaps a quick dash of olive oil, or a light sprinkle of finely shredded cheese, further magnifies this absorption. Why? Because these vital nutrients, just like beta-carotene, are also fat-soluble, requiring that friendly fat to hitch a ride into your bloodstream, directly to where they are needed most. For older adults, where even the slightest improvement in vision is immensely precious, this gentle, natural form of nutritional support can be an absolute game changer, fostering genuine relief and newfound clarity. I often recall one of my truly cherished patients, Gloria, who, with a sigh, confided in me, "I used to absolutely love reading, but now the words just seem to float off the page, indecipherable." We made one deceptively simple dietary change, adding just half a cup of lightly steamed broccoli to her dinner a few times a week. Merely a month later, she wasn't quite engrossed in novels again, but she was no longer painfully squinting to decipher her daily mail, and that alone, she said, was enough to bring a radiant smile back to her face. That truly is how profound healing often begins, quietly, naturally, and beautifully over time. Broccoli might not possess a flashy reputation, but when it comes to fiercely protecting your priceless eyes from the inside out, it stands as one of the most steadfast and powerful allies you could ever cultivate. And now, transitioning gracefully from broccoli's robust protective stalks, we move towards a magnificent leafy green that is even more intensely concentrated in these very vision-saving nutrients, offering arguably the single strongest defense we possess against the potential specter of irreversible vision loss. Among all the Earth's benevolent offerings known to vigorously support healthy vision, kale, often unassuming, quietly and majestically stands at the very pinnacle. It might not immediately strike you as remarkable, just a seemingly tough, dark, and often curly leafy green. Yet, beyond its humble appearance, kale emerges as one of the most astonishingly concentrated natural sources of eye protective nutrients we have ever discovered. This is especially true for those courageous individuals who may be confronting the greatest looming threat to their precious sight, age-related macular degeneration, universally known as AMD. AMD isn't simply about experiencing blurred vision. It represents the relentless, agonizingly slow breakdown of the macula, that critically vital bullseye center of your retina, which is uniquely responsible for all of your sharp, exquisitely focused, detailed vision. When the macula regrettably begins to deteriorate, the profound impact extends far beyond just your eyesight. It permeates and significantly diminishes every facet of your daily life. The joy of reading quickly becomes an exhausting chore. The beloved faces of family and friends become heartbreakingly indistinct. And at its most severe, even the seemingly simple automatic act of pouring a glass of water can suddenly transform into a disorienting, anxiety-inducing exercise in pure guesswork. Kale, in its verdant glory, offers a formidable and utterly indispensable line of defense, but only if you harness its power with intelligent understanding. It boasts exceptionally high, unrivaled levels of both lutein and zeaxanthin, those very same irreplaceable pigments that are naturally and exquisitely concentrated within your macula itself. These incredible pigments perform a crucial protective function, acting literally like internal biological sunglasses, tirelessly shielding your delicate retina from the pervasive damage of harmful blue light and relentless oxidative stress. But here, then, is the vital insight that far too many people overlook. Your body, with all its astounding capabilities, cannot miraculously produce lutein and zeaxanthin on its own. You are utterly dependent on obtaining them consistently and generously from your diet. And kale, thankfully, delivers them in absolute spades, particularly when it has been lightly cooked. While raw kale is undeniably nutrient-rich, it also, perhaps counterintuitively, contains compounds that, if consumed in excessive quantities, can gently interfere with the absorption of other vital minerals and, for some individuals, mildly irritate the sensitive gut. This is precisely why the gentle acts of lightly steaming or sautéing kale are not only brilliant strategies for making it profoundly more digestible and gut-friendly, but remarkably, they actually help to unlock and fully unleash the vision-saving treasure trove of nutrients concealed within those dense, dark, extraordinary leaves. Cooked kale also meticulously preserves its valuable vitamin C and vitamin K content, both of which dynamically contribute to robust, healthy blood flow to your precious eyes and diligently work to maintain the formidable strength and integrity of the myriad tiny, intricate capillaries interlacing your retina. I vividly recall working with a gracefully retired librarian named Marie. She was 79 and had already bravely confronted partial central vision loss in one of her eyes. Her most poignant fear, however, was that the condition would relentlessly spread. "I dread," she confided in me, her voice trembling slightly, "that I'll wake up one day and not be able to clearly see my family's faces again." We thoughtfully introduced kale into her diet in the most uncomplicated, digestible manner imaginable. Gently steamed, with a whisper of olive oil and a mere touch of lemon juice to subtly soften its flavor, just a quarter cup, 3 or 4 times a week, a truly tiny yet powerful ritual. While it did not, and realistically could not, reverse the damage already wrought, nothing truly can once advanced AMD has taken deep root. It demonstrably and profoundly slowed the progression in her remaining vision. More profoundly, perhaps, it imbued her with an invaluable sense of control, the deeply empowering feeling that she wasn't just passively witnessing her vision heartbreakingly disappear, but that she was actively, courageously protecting what precious sight remained. And in that, my friends, lies immense significance. Sometimes, profound healing isn't solely about miraculously going back in time. It's about courageously holding on to, fortifying, and cherishing what irreplaceable gifts you still possess. So, if you, my dear friend, have ever been resignedly told, "There's nothing more we can do," know this: your body is an extraordinary responsive miracle, and it still profoundly listens to intelligent, purposeful nourishment. Your magnificent eyes are still capable of responding, and kale in its unassuming power just might be the quiet, diligent helper they have been patiently waiting for. Up next is another incredible vegetable, one that is tragically frequently overlooked. Soft, remarkably mild, and often considered merely watery, but hidden within its gentle core lies an astonishing key to profound hydration, a hidden reservoir of vital vitamin C, and the incredibly gentle, yet powerfully enduring support your retina crucially needs to maintain its vibrant strength as you gracefully journey through life's rich tapestry of aging. It's astonishingly easy to overlook the humble zucchini. It's soft, incredibly mild, and far too often it's treated as little more than a simple filler in various dishes. However, for aging eyes, especially those valiantly battling persistent dryness, irritating discomfort, or the increasing fragility of retinal tissue, zucchini emerges as an undeniably quiet yet profoundly powerful ally. One of the most consistently underappreciated, often dismissed causes of chronic eye discomfort and pervasive irritation in older adults is, remarkably, something as fundamental as dehydration. As we gracefully mature, our bodies regrettably tend to lose essential moisture with greater ease. The natural production of tears declines, and the delicate, intricate tissues deep behind our eyes, specifically the precious retina, the vital optic nerve, and the crucial macula, become progressively more vulnerable to the damaging effects of pressure, ambient dryness, and persistent oxidative stress. And this precisely is where the gentle magic of zucchini confidently steps in. Zucchini, surprisingly, is composed of over 90% water, rendering it one of the most uniquely hydrating cooked vegetables you can conscientiously choose to eat. Yet, its benefits extend far beyond simply delivering water. It also generously offers a somewhat rare and uniquely harmonious combination of specialized nutrients that collectively bolster retinal health and significantly enhance overall tissue resilience. Firstly, zucchini is generously endowed with vitamin C, an exceptionally powerful antioxidant that meticulously shields your eyes from the insidious cellular damage continually inflicted by persistent light exposure and the relentless process of aging. Vitamin C simultaneously plays a crucial role in meticulously maintaining the intricate collagen structure of the eye, which serves as the fundamental framework diligently keeping the cornea, sclera, and blood vessels resiliently strong and exquisitely flexible. Secondly, zucchini subtly yet importantly contains a modest but nevertheless significant amount of manganese, a trace mineral intrinsically involved in vital enzyme activation processes deep within the retina. These remarkable enzymes are instrumental in efficiently processing light and steadfastly protecting against free radicals, those relentlessly unstable molecules that gradually, relentlessly break down delicate eye tissue over extended periods of time. And while it's true that zucchini doesn't boast the same concentrated levels of lutein as, say, kale or broccoli, it still commendably provides a genuinely supportive quantity. But here truly is the fundamental key. Zucchini is remarkably easy to digest, even for seniors with exquisitely sensitive digestive systems or those experiencing a naturally diminished appetite. Because zucchini is inherently soft in texture and wonderfully neutral in flavor, it can be effortlessly steamed, lightly sautéed, or seamlessly blended into soothing soups without overwhelming the delicate flavors of the dish, or crucially, overwhelming a sensitive palate. This particular quality makes it an undeniably ideal evening food, something that deeply nourishes your body and your eyes without ever feeling heavy or weighing you down, especially before you retire to bed, precisely when your body instinctually begins its nightly profound repair cycle. I vividly recall one of my elderly patients, Tom, aged 81, who had been struggling immensely with chronic, unrelenting dry eyes and persistently irritating discomfort, particularly at night. Over-the-counter eye drops provided only fleeting, temporary relief, but the underlying issue, agonizingly, always returned with relentless certainty. We introduced a deceptively simple yet powerful change, adding cooked zucchini to his dinner 4 nights a week, softly sautéed in a little olive oil with fragrant garlic and a tiny pinch of salt. Within a mere few weeks, he distinctly noticed a profound change. His eyes, he reported, felt noticeably less gritty. He instinctively stopped rubbing them before going to bed. And even more remarkably, his overall sleep quality dramatically improved. "It feels like I can finally close my eyes without them stinging or feeling raw," he shared with me, his voice imbued with genuine relief. That may sound like a minor, almost trivial detail, but when you're 81 years old and battling constant discomfort and struggling to rest peacefully, it truly is a life-altering transformation. Zucchini won't miraculously reverse profound vision loss, but its subtle yet potent action helps to meticulously create the optimal internal conditions for profound healing. It actively supports vital hydration, valiantly protects against relentless internal stress, and gently, yet efficiently, delivers precisely the kinds of nutrients your precious eyes crave and require the most. It is enduring proof that profound support doesn't always need to be intensely dramatic or aggressively potent. Sometimes, indeed, the softest, most gentle foods can deliver the strongest, most enduring comfort and benefit. Now imagine for a moment, what if you could synergistically combine all 4 of these remarkable vegetables, the steadfast carrots, the protective broccoli, the powerhouse kale, and the soothing zucchini, into one profoundly simple, incredibly comforting dish that meticulously feeds and fortifies your precious vision while you are soundly at rest? That is precisely what we are going to explore next. By this point in our conversation, you've witnessed firsthand how each of these extraordinary vegetables, the stalwart carrots, the resilient broccoli, the vibrant kale, and the gentle zucchini, individually brings something profoundly unique and indispensable to the table of your eye health. One meticulously supports and sharpens your crucial night vision. Another actively and gently reduces the silent, often pervasive internal inflammation, One vigorously guards against insidious macular degeneration, and the final humble one beautifully hydrates and subtly soothes your delicate ocular tissues. But here then lies the true overarching beauty, the deeply synergistic power of these ingredients. They do not and need not labor alone. In fact, when thoughtfully combined into a single cohesive meal, meticulously cooked in precisely the right way and consumed at the optimal time, they can genuinely transform into a remarkably potent, gentle, yet utterly profound healing formula for your priceless eyes. This becomes particularly impactful when enjoyed right before bed, the very period when your incredible body is naturally and intuitively geared towards its deepest state of rest and its most extensive cellular repair. What I'm about to graciously share with you is neither an esoteric, complicated detox regimen nor a fleeting, trendy superfood concoction presented in an elaborate bowl. It is, quite simply, a warm, unpretentious, remarkably comforting dish. A gentle culinary staple I have wholeheartedly recommended to countless dozens of my cherished patients over many years. Most of these remarkable individuals have been gracefully navigating their 60s, their 70s, and their profound 80s. And time again, many of them have conveyed the very same sentiment, their voices brimming with genuine awe. "Doctor," they would exclaim, "I had no idea truly that ordinary food could possibly do that." Here's precisely how you can effortlessly prepare this simple yet powerful evening meal. Begin by selecting a small, unassuming pot. Add a whisper of your favorite olive oil and gently, lovingly sauté half of a finely chopped zucchini until it achieves a delicate tenderness. Next, introduce half of a perfectly chopped carrot into the pot and allow it to cook patiently for approximately 4 to 5 minutes, granting it the opportunity to beautifully release its inherent natural sweetness. Subsequently, with deliberate care, toss in a generous handful of fresh broccoli florets and approximately a quarter cup of finely chopped kale. Add a few generous tablespoons of pure water, or if you prefer, a delicate low-sodium vegetable broth. Cover your pot snugly and permit all these wonderful ingredients to gently steam together for an additional 5 minutes, allowing just enough time for the verdant greens to become tender crisp, yet remain brilliantly vibrant. Season this simple masterpiece lightly with a mere pinch of nourishing sea salt. And, if your palate desires, enhance its essence with a vibrant squeeze of fresh lemon juice or a subtle, warming sprinkle of turmeric for an additional layer of profound anti-inflammatory support. What you will find yourself left with is not merely a meal, but a profoundly soothing bowl, radiating warmth, inviting softness, and concentrated power. It is designed to be effortlessly chewable, exquisitely easy to digest, and undeniably packed with the precise kind of targeted nutrients your precious eyes instinctively crave and urgently require. All of these vital components are delivered precisely in time for your body's extraordinary nightly repair cycle. No bewildering array of pills, no expensive or complex supplements, just the fundamental goodness of real, wholesome food, lovingly and gently cooked at the perfect moment of your day. Some of my patients, for enhanced ease of consumption, choose to delicately blend this entire harmonious mix into a velvety, creamy soup. Others simply enjoy it with a comforting piece of soft, wholesome whole-grain toast or a humble spoonful of fluffy rice. There is truthfully no singular right way to enjoy this meal. What truly, profoundly matters is steadfast consistency. Try to integrate this nourishing meal into your routine just 3 to 4 evenings a week, and crucially, give it the gift of time. Because while the initial results may be subtly incremental, perhaps a minuscule decrease in eye strain, a fleeting moment of slightly increased clarity, these small, quiet victories beautifully accumulate, slowly, profoundly, powerfully. And perhaps most importantly of all, this simple, mindful act of nourishing yourself transforms into something far grander than mere nutrition. It elegantly evolves into a profound, personal ritual of care, a powerful, unspoken message to your own miraculous body that you are still here, still actively striving, still utterly willing to embrace the process of deep inherent healing. Up next, I want to leave you with one final essential message, a profound truth I have humbly gathered and cherished after 3 deeply transformative decades immersed in the world of medicine, and a truth I genuinely hope you will carry deeply within your heart long after this video concludes. If you have stayed with me until this moment, allowing me to share these important insights, I want to express something truly simple and deeply heartfelt. Thank you. Thank you for caring enough about the remarkable vessel that is your body, for cherishing the precious gift of your eyesight, and for valuing the vibrant potential of your future to journey with me through this intimate conversation. That, in itself, reveals something profoundly important about the spirit that resides within you. It tells me that even if your vision has subtly, or perhaps more noticeably, begun to slip, even if you felt a quiet sense of being forgotten, deeply frustrated, or resignedly told, it's just an inevitable part of getting older, you, my friend, have not surrendered. And that tenacious spirit, that unwavering resilience truly matters more than any diagnosis could ever quantify. The honest truth is, the graceful journey of aging inevitably brings with it a gradual diminishment of certain abilities. It often happens with a disarming quietness, a subtle fading of contrast in colors, a frequent instinctive squinting at labels, an unconscious avoidance of nighttime drives, or the ever-growing need for significantly brighter lights just to comfortably read a single page. Sometimes these changes creep in so insidiously, so slowly, that we barely register the extent to which we've unconsciously adapted, how much subtle clarity we've inadvertently lost. But here is the profound, abiding hope I earnestly wish to leave nestled within your heart. Your extraordinary body still magnificently responds to genuine loving care. Even as you courageously journey into your 60s, your 70s, your 80s, and gracefully beyond, your magnificent cells are still diligently rebuilding. Your incredible eyes are still profoundly striving to heal, and the fundamental food choices you consciously make can either gently slow a decline or powerfully, actively support a magnificent comeback. Just 4 humble vegetables, gently cooked with intention, wisely chosen, and thoughtfully combined into a single nurturing meal a few nights each week. That, my dear friend, is not an overwhelming burden. It is not a rigid prescription from a pharmaceutical bottle. It is instead a profoundly simple yet deeply transformative act of self-love, a compassionate investment in yourself, and a tender affirmation of the beautiful life you still so fervently wish to experience and behold with crystal clarity. So, wherever you currently stand on your unique life's journey, whether you've just begun to notice these subtle, initial changes, or if you are courageously living with a more defined diagnosis like macular degeneration, I implore you to deeply embed this truth within your being. You are not helpless. You are most certainly not too late to begin. And crucially, you are absolutely not alone in this profound journey. Healing, in its myriad forms, may not always signify a complete reversal of what has been lost. Sometimes the most profound and essential healing is simply protecting with immense diligence what irreplaceable clarity and connection still beautifully remain, strengthening it, cherishing it, and diligently nurturing it, one gentle, purposeful bite at a time. If this heartfelt message has resonated deeply with your spirit today, if it has granted you even a sliver of hope, a newfound clarity, or a quiet sense of empowerment, I would be profoundly grateful if you would consider doing something incredibly simple yet meaningful. Please click the like button below to gently let me know you're out there, listening. If you yearn for more scientifically grounded, gentle, and natural approaches to nurturing your precious health, I invite you to subscribe to this channel. And most importantly, please consider generously sharing this video with someone you deeply care about, especially if they are navigating their own struggles with eyesight and could greatly benefit from a little spark of light and hope in their lives. Lastly, I would absolutely cherish hearing from you in the comments section below. Please take a moment to tell me, which of these powerful vegetables are you already embracing in your diet? Which one are you feeling inspired to try incorporating into your week, perhaps starting this very evening? Your personal story, your journey might just be the beacon of inspiration someone else who is reading through the comments and quietly wondering if it's truly worth the effort to keep trying, desperately needs. Until our next profound conversation, I am Dr. James Porter. Thank you for diligently watching. Thank you for deeply caring. And please never ever forget this enduring truth. Your personal comeback story doesn't have to announce itself with loud fanfare. It simply needs to begin.